Good morning students, welcome to the Saurav Sir classes. I am Dr. Anjali Panchal and today I am taking a lecture on the DNA. So let's see what we are going to study in the DNA. Firstly, we are going to understand what is the DNA and its type. There is a various type of DNA present in our body, the B type, the A type and the Z type. The details we are going to study in the lecture. Then who discovered the DNA and the diagram of the DNA. The structure of the DNA, what is the basic diagram of it, and we are going to remember the DNA by the help of a diagram. Then on we are going to see some topics of the DNA. So let's get started with the main lecture. As you all are aware of the DNA, our body, the human beings are comprises of trillions of the cells, and each cells have their own genetic material in form of a chromosome, and every chromosome is made up of a DNA. So let's start. We are going to understand what is DNA. So guys, the basic definition of the DNA that is going to be important from the exam point of view is that DNA is a group of molecules which is responsible for transmitting and carrying the hereditary material or genetic instructions from parents to offspring. It's a group of a molecule. You understand that in a chromosome we have a cell, we have a 23 pairs of a chromosome. We have 23 pairs of a chromosome in a cell, so 46, and each chromosomes have a DNA. So it's a group of molecules which is responsible for transmitting and carrying the hereditary materials and genetic instruction from parents to the offspring. This is the main definition of the DNA that you need to learn. And now I'm going to tell you about what is the full form of the DNA. DNA is known as deoxyribonucleic acid. By the full form of the DNA, you can understand a few things. It's a combination of three words: deoxyribonucleic acid. So we are going to understand each term. What is a nucleic acid? Why it is called as a nucleic acid? Nucleic acid is an organic material which present in all the living organisms. Nucleic acids are the organic materials which present in all the organism materials, including the prokaryotes, eukaryotes, everything, in the form of DNA or in the form of RNA. DNA and RNA are the most major form of the nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are comprises of the three things: the nitrogenous base, sugar, and the phosphate group. If three things combine together, they are known as the nucleic acid, and they present in all the living organisms in form of DNA or the RNA. And that's why DNA is also known as the genetic makeup of the individuals. In fact, you can say the living organisms on the earth have a unique genetic makeup just because of the DNA. So DNA arranged in a form of genetic codes. It's code for the different things and the different instruction to the cell. That's why DNA is also known as the blueprint of life. These are the few terms you need to know and remember about the DNA. What is the basic definition of the DNA? You can learn it by dividing the definition into two halves. It's a group of a molecule. Simply a group of a molecule which is responsible for transmitting and carrying the hereditary material and genetic instruction from parents to offspring. And it is comprises of the nucleic acid, and the nucleic acid is comprises of these three things. Now we are going to understand the discovery of the DNA and the structure of the DNA. So before discussing the diagram of the DNA, we are going to understand the types of DNA on the basis of its function and the structure. So guys, the one function of the DNA I told you is the transformation of the genetic instruction or the genetic material from the parents to the offspring. But DNA also play an important role in the production or the synthesis of the proteins. On the basis of presence of the DNA, we are going to understand three types of DNA. The first is the nuclear DNA. Second is the mitochondrial DNA. And the third DNA is the plastid DNA. These are different type of a DNA and they have a different function. As clear about the nuclear DNA, the DNA which present in the nucleus of the cell. The DNA which present within the nucleus is known as the nuclear DNA. So the majority of the coding for genetic instruction is done by the nuclear DNA. As I told you, the organisms are composed of the trillions of the cells and each cell have their own genetic material. If their DNA is present in the nucleus, that DNA is known as the nuclear DNA and that DNA is responsible for the majority of the genetic coding. The second we are going to understand is the mitochondrial DNA. The DNA, as by the name, you can easily understand the DNA which present in the mitochondria. Yes, mitochondria is an organelle which have its own DNA. So guys, what is the function and what is the basic property of this DNA? The property of the mitochondrial DNA that it can inherit from mother to fetus. The DNA which transfer from the mother to the fetus is the mitochondrial DNA. And in the mitochondrial DNA, there are 16,000 base pair present. So you have to learn this few basic points about the mitochondrial DNA. The DNA which passes from the mother to the fetus is the mitochondrial DNA and the amount of base pair are 16,000. And if I talk about the plastid DNA, as clear by the name, it present in the plastid. And this only DNA is responsible, and the plastid DNA helps in the photosynthesis. So as you all are aware, the photosynthesis happens in the plant, so this is going to be present in the plants and some bacteria. So these are the type of a DNA on the basis of the presence of the position. If it is present in the nucleus, it is called nuclear. If it is mitochondria and in the plastid. And these are the property you have to learn. Now I am going to tell you about three more types on the basis of their structure. There are B type of DNA, A DNA, and the Z DNA. So the first is the B DNA. This is the major DNA. Study the DNA that you come across is the B DNA. B DNA is the major DNA of the body. In the normal physiologic form, the DNA present in the B form. It is the right-handed DNA. Double helical structure is present. I will let you know about what is double helical. The B DNA is a major DNA which present in the normal physiological forms. And it is a right-handed in form of structure and it is a double helical. So let's discuss about the aDNA. You need to learn this aDNA because of two perspectives. aDNA is similar to the bDNA. But why do I need to study? It's similar to the bDNA in terms that it is a right-handed and a double helical. Yeah, the both characteristics of the bDNA is also present in the aDNA, but it's different from the bDNA because aDNA present only during the extreme conditions. You are going to see the ADN as a genetic material of an organism in cases of the extreme condition. If there is extreme dehydration or a desiccation, the genetic material undergo in the transformation is called ADNA. It's also a right-handed with double helical, but due to the loss of a protein, it's termed as a ADNA. Like the last, we are going to understand what is a zDNA. zDNA is the only DNA which is left-handed, but also the double helical. Yeah, all three of DNA are the double helical in structure, but the zDNA is a left helical. zDNA is discovered by the two scientists you need to remember for the exam, Bank and Alexander. So this is the types of DNA, and this is the quick review that you need to remember. There are three types on the basis of the presence, and on the basis of the structure there are three types, the A, B and the Z. You need to remember these all points from the exam point of view. Now let's understand the major part, what is the structure and the diagram of the DNA. Now we are going to understand the discovery of the DNA. Discovery of the DNA was done in the two events. The first discovered DNA is done by the Johannes Friedrich Miescher in 1969. He wasn't supposed to discover the DNA. He was doing his research on the WBCs. At that point of a time when he was researching on the WBC, he discovered there was a genetic material that is termed as a DNA. But from the starting of the lecture, I was telling you the DNA is a double helical structure. The double helical structure discovery of the DNA is done by the Watson and the Crick. And the first was done by the Swiss scientist known as Johannes Friedrich Miescher. And you have to learn the years. So now we are going to understand what is the diagram of the DNA and what is the structure of the DNA. First I am going to tell about the DNA. The diagram of the DNA, as DNA is comprised of the two helical strands. These are the two helical strands of the DNA. Firstly, I need to tell you the DNA is comprises of the nitrogenous base, sugar and the phosphate group. These all three together form a nucleotide. Nucleotide is a basic block building element of the DNA. These nucleotides arrange together to form a long strand of the DNA. Block building of the DNA is the nucleotide. And nucleotide is comprised of these three things: the nitrogenous base, sugar and the phosphate. And these are the two DNA helical strands which are running to each other in an opposite direction. I will tell you why they are in the opposite direction. They are complementary to each other. Complementary to each other. They are in the opposite direction and they are complementary to each other. This is made up of a sugar and a phosphate. This backbone of the DNA is formed by the sugar and the phosphate. And these things that you are seeing in the diagram are known as a nitrogenous base. Four types of nitrogenous base that present in the DNA, that is A, G, T, C. Four types of nitrogenous base and the sugar phosphate are linked together by the different chemical bondings, and they arrange in a pattern that forms a double helical structure of a DNA in a long strand. This is the diagram of the DNA. In the diagram, you need to show that where is the sugar and the phosphate is present and how the base pair is arranged. Let's understand the structure of the DNA. So, in order to understand the structure of the DNA, as I told you, the DNA is composed of a pentose sugar. The word pentose, that means 5 carbon. Pentose, that refers to the 5, and it composes of a 5 carbon sugar. The sugar of the DNA is known as the deoxyribosugar. The name of the sugar that present in the DNA is called the deoxyribosugar. We draw the structure of the sugar like this, and this represents the pentose sugar. At the 4th carbon atom, phosphate group is going to be attached, and at the 2nd carbon atom, the nitrogenous base is going to be attached. So this is known as the nucleotide. So someone asks you, what is the structure of the nucleotide or what is a nucleotide? You can simply tell by this diagram. This is the pentose sugar. In between, at the fourth carbon atom of pentose sugar, the phosphate is going to be attached, and at the second carbon, the nitrogenous base is going to be attached. There are 4 types of bases, nitrogenous bases present in DNA: A, G, T, C. Let us denote the 4 types of the nitrogenous bases. The A and G are together called purines, and T and C together called pyrimidines. So you need to learn these names for these bases. As I told you earlier, the nucleotide is a basic building block element of the DNA, which form the backbone of the DNA. How this phosphate group is going to attach with other phosphate group, and this is going to attach with the pentose sugar, and there is going to be a base pair, and this is going to be the structure of DNA. So on, they are going to attach to each other by the same bonding that is present in the DNA are called the hydrogen bonding. The hydrogen bonding present between the base pairs. So when purine bond with pyrimidine, this is a rule of the DNA, that always a purine is going to be bind with the pyrimidine. So when A, which is a purine, binding with the pyrimidine T, they are bonded by the double hydrogen bond. And when the purine G is going to bind with the pyrimidine C, they are going to bind with the triple bonding. So this is a triple hydrogen bonding, this is a double hydrogen bonding. So you need to remember these are few key points of the DNA. The structure of the DNA, how it's present in the DNA. So this is the structure of one strand, and other base pair is going to attach like this, and this is going to attach with the sugar and the phosphate, and this phosphate is going to attach with the further. This is going to be complete structure. So I think now you will be complete idea of how the elements of the DNA is combined to each other, and what kind of a bonding is present between the purine and the pyrimidine. So that's all about the structure. Next, we are going to discuss about the Chargaff rules. The Irvin Chargaff, a scientist, stated a rule that all nitrogenous bases are equal in number. So to be precise, you need to learn that the ratio, in order to be precise, you need to learn that the ratio of purine to pyrimidine, the ratio of purine to pyrimidine is 1:1. The amount of purine present in the DNA is equal to the amount of pyrimidine. What does it mean? It means the amount of A plus G is equal to the T plus C. The amount of purine present in the DNA is equal to the amount of pyrimidine. We can state a formula that purine by pyrimidine is 1. So this is the Irvin-Chargaff rules. You can learn it by the all forms. The ratio of purine is equal to the pyrimidine. It present in the ratio of 1:1. So before understanding the function of the DNA, you need to understand one term, that is gene. What is gene and how it different from the DNA? The bigger unit is the DNA. And as I told you, there is a base pair that are arranged in DNA. So the smallest unit or the basic function unit of a DNA is known as a gene. It is responsible for phenotypic traits of the individual. So gene is a smaller unit of a DNA which is responsible for phenotypic trait of an individual, and DNA is a group of molecules, as I told you earlier, is a group of molecules which inherit the genetic information from parents to the offspring. So I think these terms are clear. So now we discuss two more terms. What is pitch? told you, DNA is a double helical structure. So the distance between arrangement of 10 pairs of nitrogenous base. So arrangement of the 10 pairs of the nitrogenous base are known as a pitch, and the distance or the pitch of this 10 base pair is 3.5 nanometer. You need to learn. As I told you, DNA is a double helical structure and the base pairs are arranged in this manner, in this form. So the distance between these 10 base pair is 3.4 nanometer, which is known as the pitch. So here you can easily calculate the distance between one base pair, nitrogenous base pair, is 0.34 nanometer. Sometimes these numericals are asked in the exam, so you need to remember what is pitch and what is the distance between one base pair. So 0.34 is the distance between one base pair, and if I talk about 10 base pair, this is 3.4. Now we are going to discuss the DNA functions. First function of the DNA is the replication. With the help of a replication, it forms its own copy, and that copy helps in the transformation of genetic instruction from parents to the offspring. Parents to the offspring. So the transformation of hereditary material or the genetic instruction from parent to the offspring is done by the DNA by the process of replication, and replication is the process in which it forms its own copy. Second is going to be transcription. So transcription, what is transcription? Transcription is the process in which DNA forms the RNA. Formation of RNA from DNA is known as transcription. In some viruses like HIV, the genetic material is the RNA. The genomic material is the RNA. So the RNA forms the DNA by replication. That's why you have heard the HIV is also known as retrovirus. Usually DNA forms the RNA through the process transcription, but in case of HIV, the RNA forms the DNA. That's why it's called retroviruses. The third function of the DNA is translation. What is translation? Translation is the process in which DNA forms the protein. I talk about the genomic characters of the DNA, but one more crucial role that is played by the DNA is the formation of protein. Protein forms the major part of our body. Protein are formed by the DNA by the process of translation. After these major functions, DNA also help in DNA fingerprinting. Also helps in DNA fingerprinting. DNA fingerprinting is nowadays very important in terms of dispute of a parental or in cases of a crime. You can do the DNA fingerprinting and you can easily find out the criminal. And the other function of the DNA is cellular metabolism. You will learn in the biochemistry what is the importance of a metabolism or a cellular metabolism. It's also done by the DNA. DNA present in the nucleus that commands the major activity happening in the cell. So all the activities are also performed by the DNA. Next we are going to talk about gene therapy. This is also a function of a DNA. Gene therapy is the most important part of the DNA in terms when it's come to the finding a cure for a disease. So nowadays you have heard that the gene therapy can be actually helpful in diagnosing and treating the diseases. So these are some major functions of the DNA. But one thing, the variation or the evolution is also occur by the DNA due to mutations. altering in the sequence of the DNA is known as the mutation. Mutation can be useful and harmful for an individual as how it affects the individual. Variation are occur due to mutation, but mutations are harmful as they causes the Down syndrome, point mutation. Point mutation leads to various diseases. So this is about the DNA. So at the last, I am going to tell you the one important question that I asked you in the first. Why the DNA is known as the polynucleotide? Yes, DNA is also known as the polynucleotide molecule because the polynucleotide term, poly means many, nucleotide as I told you earlier. DNA is comprises of a many nucleotide like deoxyadenylate, deoxyguanine, deoxycytosine and deoxythymine. So, due to presence of these type of a nucleotide, the DNA molecule is also known as the polynucleotide molecule. I told you there is a difference between RNA and DNA. There are two major differences between the RNA and DNA you need to learn. You need to learn the whole structure of the RNA, but the two things, as I told you, the sugar that is present in a DNA is a deoxyribose sugar, but the sugar that is present in a RNA is known as the ribose sugar. Yes, the sugar of the RNA is ribose and the sugar of the DNA is deoxyribose. And in RNA, there is a presence of uracil at a place of thymine. So these are the two questions which are going to ask in the examination. Uracil at the place of thymine is absent in the RNA. You need to learn this. The thymine is absent in the RNA. At the place of thymine, the uracil, the nitrogenous base, is present in the RNA. So this is all about the DNA, and I hope I made you clear about this. If you still have any doubt or a query, we are just a WhatsApp away. Thank you.